So West Ham United are crushing it in the FA Cup, but in the league, it's not very cracking. Despite two big signings, Lopetegui is under pressure and also fighting Emre in a press battle. Unusual. What happens? You see the likes of Wenger and Jose, but they don't have the chance Lopetegui has here. As can his West Ham team wake up and smell the coffee, winning the FA Cup and keeping their manager. Yes, guys, a huge one, as this is what we've got today. Newcastle away, and then we go into the final months, I think. Oh, yes. Not a very easy ending. Manchester City and Chelsea in the space of the last 4 weeks whilst fighting against the drop zone. And not only that, we fight in player morale at the club and injuries. Kufal out, Todibo out as starter. 7 weeks without him, that's probably the rest of the season. Plus retirees, Fabianski, and when I go to the top, Aaron Cresswell. So I think at this moment in time, the most reasonable thing to do is talk to one of the happiest players, Edson Alvarez, the midfielder. How are the players on the training ground when I'm not there? Are they happy? Are they angry? Is there any insight you can give me? I don't want to survive, I want to thrive with West Ham. And yes, we're in a semi-final, but we need to be aiming for more. And his reply suggests there is some unhappy faces, as Lucas Paqueta has been spreading transfer rumours about. Saying he might go to City, saying he might go to Bayern, or even Aston Villa, just to upset everyone. And trust me, that would really upset the manager at the moment, as Boubacar Kamara, their best midfielder. And of course he's defensive, as do we have to go defensive against Spurs? It is derby day, this time at home though. And we really want to win, as Wan-Bissaka starting off here. It's a good pass. Kudus, of course, he starts above Paqueta. A teaser of a ball, as you are joking me. That's Somerville, Paqueta's replacement, already bloody injured. So maybe Lucas does play, as we've started this half brightly. Wan-Bissaka back post. Kudus, get on that. Kept the ball nicely as Jared Bowen looking for an angle. Bowen has skipped round his man. Saved by Vicario. And Paqueta coming on straight away. 20 minutes into the game. I'm hoping he doesn't disappoint. This early momentum. Hope he doesn't let us down just before half-time here. He's, of course, in the middle and slipping a ball through to Bowen. Jared Bowen through. It is under Vicario, and we have the lead against the rivals in our relegation battle. And that pass from Paqueta, oh my days, he's come on and he has created a chance despite hating the club he's playing for. You absolutely love to see it, as Tottenham just not bringing it to us. It is Fulkrug. Maybe it's Leonardo starting next time. Fulkrug's not being good. In fact, he's got another chance here to shoot. Shot. Oh my days, that was actually closer than anything else he's ever done. Then again, he hasn't scored, and we need this domination to pay off. It's Jared Bowen from range. Another save from the keeper. He's been brilliant as a short pass. Paqueta, look at that. He's got away from Madison. Paqueta. Oh, I like the try though, as his amount of running has maybe got us the result right here. He dribbles away with the ball and we beat the local rivals. Love the tweet from Bez, very positive for his Irons. But then some people just love to talk about Paqueta. As from talking about him to talking with him, Julian brings him into the office to discuss something further. Why are we falling out? You're an absolute brilliant player. And I'm firstly going to say I apologise for not playing you at the start. But since I have started playing you, you have done much better. It's just the attitude you need to change. And to be fair, I'll change mine. I will play you from now on. Kudos on the left. If off the field you show some connection back to the club. And Lucas says, fair enough, that derby actually got me excited. But anyway, who do we play in the FA Cup semi-final? I'll answer that for you, Lucas. We have Liverpool, right. I mean, out of all them 3 teams, it is the easiest one, I guess. As look at last year's table, every single one should be tricky. As speaking of tricky, Fulkrug's ability to score goals. 8, no assists. I mean, he's played 27 games. Marcus Leonardo, almost half, and almost caught him with goals. As I'm going to go to Leonardo just for a sim game against Wolves. Does this tell us anything? 3-2, it's a win. He doesn't score though. But anyway, a win's a win. Whoever scores, and we have a 4-point gap over Everton. Imagine the uproar at Goodison. As again, speaking of uproar, full crug in the restaurant now. Gaffer, I came to West Ham to start games, you know. 31's not near retirement, and I saw you play Leonardo. I'm not a bench warmer, I'm a starter. Simple. You've got a big call to make for this FA Cup semi-final, and I should be in the 11 unless you want another unhappy face. And guess what? He is starting. I mean, he did play a Champions League final last year, should be better than Leonardo, but not proving to be the case so far. Anyway, we'll see. This game has Kudus on the left. Somerville's injury as well was only 2 days. Still, Kudus stays on the left here. Paqueta on fire at the moment. Tries to fire a shot bottom corner. What a bright start as Jared Bowen towards Maguire. A header. Harry Maguire misses. Paqueta fires at Alisson. Need to keep the momentum up as Paqueta. Oh my days. Look at that. An easy pass. It is Thiago tapping in. An easy goal, that one. He shouldn't even be there. I mean, the slide tackle didn't work, and Liverpool take their first chance. In a hectic first half, which we did start the better in. Fulkrug with a turn. It's on to Kudus, though, and Kudus! Good goal from our winger, and instantly equal. It was Fulkrug with the assist. We just said he's got none this season. And yes, into the back of the net. Just what we like to see. Right, a positive second half, and we're one step away from a trophy. Still no easy blowover as Kudus. Come on, it's Liverpool and Paqueta on a turn. Paqueta looking for that corner still. As can we look for a head? I mean, it is Ward-Prowse here. We've put him onto the field for a few set pieces. Away from Nicholas Fulkrug, but Ward-Prowse to whip it in again. It is getting closer our way. We're definitely the better team. As maybe second time lucky. Ward-Prowse getting another corner. That's towards Nicholas Fulkrug. What a save from Alisson. I mean, look, we're pressing Liverpool as we're into the dying embers of the game. And Bowen, Jared Bowen, he's not been too involved in front of net. A good chance. And that's going to keep them in it because the game is going to extra time. Maybe a penalty shootout. Paqueta still playing good. I mean, if we just carry on how we have been, we should actually look good before penalties. Fulkrug! Oh my days. Just give the old man a goal. You gave Thiago one as Alvarez finds Fulkrug. A good pass on. Jose Gaya around his man there, and there is a man in the middle. Ward-Prowse has missed it. How? Just how? You've just got to get it in between the sticks. As can it happen in the second half? Little bit more suspenseful. No, game over. Goes to a penalty shootout. And of course, no trophy on the line as Szoboszlai takes the first. A Panenka. A Panenka is the first penalty. You won't get that from Fulkrug. He's going to blast it into the side netting or top corner, whatever. I don't know what my angle is. As Berardi scored after, but Jared Bowen is going to score as well. Oh, ho, ho. Alisson, no chance. As Bowen now. Was it Bowen last time? I don't think it was. Anyway, scored. The only problem is Liverpool keep scoring, but Areola with the save. And this is a big penalty. Somerville off the bench. Somerville puts it in. Now all we've got to do after Van Dijk scored his penalty is score. And it's going to be Thomas Souček, potato salad man. And I am going to try and be a little bit cheeky. Top corner Souček. That is not cheeky at all. That is just class. As at Wembley we beat Liverpool on penalties to secure an FA Cup final. West Ham make history, reaching the final of the FA Cup. A headline you love to see. Beats just talking about Emery. As guess what our next game is? Yes, Aston Villa, and they've got so many more points. But come on, are they in a final? No, they are not. And Todibo's back from injury, but when we scroll down, Rodriguez, bruised shoulder. Never bloody easy for us. Ward-Prowse in the midfield with Alvarez still out of position. That just can't change for him. As can we just beat Emery? No, they thump us at our place. Oh well, let's just get survival. No headlines after that one as Mohamed Kudus, a left mid, and he's actually gone up a rating. Good. Now we play Paqueta in the middle. As has it took shape yet? No, not really, but I still fancy that team to give anybody a game. We have to with the running we've got as Manchester City in the FA Cup finale. Will Paqueta be switched on? Of course, he was linked with City. They actually put a bid in, but it wasn't enough for our valuation, as we play them twice this month, the away game and then the final. As after simming towards those fixtures, we did pick up a win against Ipswich. Still a little gap between us and Everton in the relegation zone. 2 points in fact, but the next game we have before City is Palace, and this is our biggest chance to avoid the drop. And with Paqueta stupidly suspended, we've got to still play our strongest team, which is this, hoping we can survive. As in the grand scheme of things, this game's more important than the final. We cannot move out of the Premier League. A weird run by Somerville, but that's took me by surprise. 1-0 against Palace. I mean, Dean Henderson, I love you, mate, but that is a terrible effort. I like it. Okay, I mean, Wan-Bissaka against his former club. He's going on a weird run here. Wan-Bissaka to cross it into a good area. Like most games we play, we just start better then get worse, as Bowen looking for an angle, a tackle, but it still falls to Guido. We are scrapping for our lives as Nicholas Fulkrug with the ball. Jared Bowen, if he's onside, is around the keeper. 2-0. Jared Bowen. I don't know why he's high-fiving Crystal Palace fans, because that's their main stand. But get in. 2-0 Hammers. As could this be a hammering? I apologise to all the Crystal Palace fans in the comments, as Alvarez, oh, he missed the swing. Still a fine half for the Hammers, as now Alvarez with a turnout. Leonardo's come on. Leonardo skips away. Could it be 3? Oh, my days. Dean Henderson, I am sorry. You've been shocking, as Leonardo off the bench to seal the deal. Should have had another goal, but still, you know why they're in the relegation zone. They are actually relegated, and we are safe. It's between Everton, Ipswich and the Saints for surviving. Positive for the club, which should really be a bit happier. Yes, it has been a bad season, but we're in an FA Cup final. And considering that fact, we're going to change the team up drastically, letting West Ham fans say goodbye to Fabianski and Aaron Cresswell. As long as they're not humiliated, because of course it is at the Emirates, and a 2-0 loss. Yeah, it was kind of expected. As now everything is on this final game against Man City. The FA Cup final. Could we get a first season trophy? As the board want to speak to Lopetegui before the game, saying, Julian, this is huge for the Irons. We've let a lot slide this season, I hope you've been able to realise. And you've ignored the contract somewhat. No youth player, as it says, is going against your terms. Not doing what we asked is kind of a sackable offence. But after David Moyes, we don't want to sack another manager. That's why you've got this chance to win the FA Cup. Grab that trophy and get forgiven by everyone, or lose it. And well, we'll have to see what happens next season. Little bit of threat, or shall we call it loose motivation from the West Ham board, as of course they want to win this game. As can we make that a reality? Come on, get the passing going. Paqueta in the team, Kudus on the wing, and we have dropped our midfielders back. Finally more defensive, as we have beaten City this season. Harry Maguire with a header, and Alvarez is tackled badly. That's Kovacic's Bowen. Bowen, what are you doing? Now that's a weird free kick, and it's put Jack Grealish through on goal. Our captain makes the mistake, but our keeper keeps us in the game. Anybody but Bowen, as there we go. Redeem yourself, Jared, here. You're the captain of West Ham, and he has seized the space. Bowen through on goal. The goalkeeper coming a little bit out of it, and Guido Rodriguez, fresh from his injury, scores for West Ham. And I don't believe it, winning at Wembley in the final against bloody City. Seriously, that is huge, as Jared Bowen. Maybe another one, because 2 in the first half may be important, but a poor cross. As they're going to grow into the game right here, you can tell, as yes, there's the goal. It was only a matter of time. Look at that flick from Haaland, by the way. Absolutely magical. And Kovacic finishes off. I mean, he's won 4 Champions Leagues. With a player that capable, they really should be winning by now. But maybe another attack for us. A cross over Bowen. Not feeling too good now. Still no substitutions to be made. Let's treat it like a 0-0. Come on, we're still bloody level in this game. As Souček through the middle. Lucas Paqueta getting on the ball right here. Paqueta, what can you do? He still is up for this game against City. Should he have actually scored there? maybe should have really rattled the net, but still a header. Oh my days, Paqueta. Least he looks up for it as he's wanting the ball, and he's got Leonardo on still. He's going to go himself. Lucas Paqueta getting a shot off again. And although he has scored a goal, let's get Guido off the field. Come on, Ward-Prowse, set pieces. The only way of beating City. Still, though, without set pieces, we do look the better team as Wan-Bissaka now. Come on, we haven't had a set piece yet. Ward-Prowse not on a set piece, but scoring off the post in the 84th minute of the game. Ward-Prowse could be winning West Ham United the FA Cup right there. Oh my days, I need to see the strike again. Celebrates with Kudus off the post, beating Edison. We have been the better team second half, and probably first. Look at that, cuts out, left foot, posting in, and a goal. Could that be our season definer? As all we've got to do now is keep them out, and we get our second victory against the Hammers and a trophy. Wan-Bissaka going himself, but as Rico Lewis passes it, the whistle is blown, and West Ham United are back in Europe. The first trophy since David Moyes lifted that Europa Conference and get it into the trophy cabinet. We have got one. And this is the funniest part, because of Bowen's substitution, it is Harry Maguire lifting the FA Cup.